Hey there, we're here at the Franklin Castle that we just purchased about 6 months ago. It needs everything. In fact, the only good thing probably about this house are the roses that were growing in front. Everything's in disrepair. It was built in 1929. This is my wife, Tara.
Hi.
And I should say, decided to take on this project to try to restore this. And Tara kind of objected to that just a little bit.
Big project. It needs everything. Everything. It's not something small. It's actually big.
So we're standing here by the Branch Creek, which runs right in front of the castle. You can see the bridge in front of the castle. That's it there in the background, obviously. I'll kind of turn around here a little bit and you'll see a little bit of the town of Talequah, Oklahoma, home of the Cherokee Indians. This is their national headquarters here in Talequah, Oklahoma. It's a beautiful little town. Anyway, 9 years ago, we were standing here about where we're standing right now in this park, and we looked up and I saw this, and I told Tara, I said, if this ever comes up for sale, I said, this is something that I would really like to buy to try to save it.
That was 9 years ago, though.
It's such a neat piece of history. And it did go up for sale, and I was down here the very next day to see if I could purchase it. I asked Tara about it. Tara said no. I'll let Tara tell you how that all transpired.
Well, I own a little antique store up in Talequah also, and I had one of the realtors come in and ask me what time we wanted to do the closing, and I said, what closing? She said, the closing on the Franklin Castle, and I said, why? Who bought it? And she said, your husband. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. So I guess we had the closing and he bought it, so now we got a project.
Here we go. We're going to head for the front door and kind of show you what we're... Okay, we're here in the house and we're at the staircase leading down to the basement. This is the area that we really kind of want to see if we can take on first, to try to start at the bottom of this house and work our way to the top, because it is a mess. But you can see Tara down there at the bottom. I'm going to start down the stairs. This would have been the door, the original door. Original handle and everything that would have went down into the basement. And there's Pester. We call her Pester because it's a long story, but anyway, she made a comment one night when I was tickling her. She made a comment. She told me I was nothing but an old pester, so now she has the nickname Grandma Pester. So that's Grandma Pester right down there. Down here you're going to see the biggest train wreck in this place. Here was the original heater, boiler, whatever in here, and this thing is huge. There's actually no way to get this out of here without just cutting it up in pieces and taking it out. Obviously there's no doorways nearly big enough to get this out. So it's my thoughts just to try to see if we can somehow
incorporate it with what we're going to do down here.
Yeah, we want to just try to see if we can maybe save it, clean it up, and polish it and stuff, maybe repaint it, make it look, try to see if we can make it look new again. And even though it wouldn't function, it would actually just be a piece of history in here. Right. Store, this is a really cool room over here. This is where they stored the actual coal to put in the boiler, the furnace, but this is where it would have been stored, in this round room. The acoustics in here are crazy. But anyway,
it's really neat how they've got it set up in here, and it'd be the neatest thing to make a wine room out of this.
So Tara had the idea to make this into a wine room, which I think is a great idea. So we're thinking about turning this into a wine room and somehow make the wine bottles where they would go around the circle here.
Redo the floor. This is where they actually brought in the coal in this window here, so we're going to try to do something with it also.
So we're thinking about maybe putting a window back in here, and maybe making this larger if possible, if we can, structurally, to try to make that larger, to kind of open this up a little bit so it's not so dark and gloomy in here. And anyway, this is where it would have went out. I wish I could knock it out, but I'll save that for later. It's pretty solid. But anyway, this is what we're thinking in here. I'm going to walk outside here a little bit. Me and Tara will kind of step out this door that leads you out to like a little patio area that led down into where we just came out of, the basement area.
But the rock is really cool on it.
The rock is all original. It's the river rock that was actually pulled out of the river right below me here, out of the Branch Creek in the Illinois River area. But You can kind of see how it was all cobbled together and poured concrete in between it.
It's probably the neatest thing on here is the rock work on it. They get a lot of people asking questions about that.
So anyway, we'll kind of pan around a little bit here, and you can kind of see a little bit. I'll walk out here in the yard just a little bit. You can kind of see the original railing back there behind us.
Needs a lot of work.
Anyway, we know we've taken on a crazy hard project. I got to show you something right here that's really, if nothing else, is very scary. But this column is actually holding the porch that's up above. I'm going to show you something. It's just loose. It's actually got a rocket. It's just actually hanging here.
Stuff is falling off of it as we speak.
And all of these columns that are holding this weight up on this porch are completely rusted out. I don't know, I'm going to try to make it where you can see the bottom of it there, but they're completely rusted out and they're just like hanging here. So it's totally dependent right now upon the steel above to keep this from just caving in. So I don't know what we got ourselves into, but we hope you guys are gonna
it's all yours.
Watch us try to figure out how to get out of this mess. Anyway, thanks for giving us a chance.
Yeah.
And we want to share this with everybody. So hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon, and you can come join us here in Talequah and sit on the beautiful Illinois River and Lake Tenkiller, home of the Cherokee Indians.
You got a branch restaurant over there.
And there's restaurants right here close.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.